Well, our country was at war. I was in high school. Friday morning, whole school got together at the collegiate.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be hearing about former students that had been missing or killed in active service.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you start hearing that, when you hit grade 9, and by the time I got in grade 12, I've been hearing it for 4 years. And if you're of age, what do?
Mm-hmm.
You follow the trend.
You felt like you had a duty.
Yeah, so you chose Sea Cadets because I enjoyed water. I was a good swimmer and that kind of nonsense, you know. So that's why I joined the Navy. My father-in-law was First World War. My own father was too young for the First World War, and he was too old for the Second. So his son had to do his part.
Yeah. Did you have brothers and sisters?
No, I was a spoilt brat. My dad was an excellent trumpet player.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally I picked it up too. And he worked for the owner and he was always jacked at work.
Right.
My mother called him John, but
yeah.
My dad was a better trumpet player than I'll ever be. But of course when I went in the Navy, when they found out I could play a trumpet, didn't matter what ship I was on, I was the ship's bugler.
Oh, of course, right.
So I learned all the Navy bugle calls.
Yeah, have you ever seen a leader like Trump before?
That's a hard question to answer.
Well, Canada's had some doozies.
We haven't done too bad.
Yeah.
Put yourself in any of their shoes and see what you would have done.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
Yeah.
How'd you like to have that job?
I don't think I would.
No, I don't think I would either, but yeah. It's like being in the military, you know. It's all of a sudden you're posted to a certain position and you're expected to carry it out. What choice do you have? Really?
At the moment.
At that time, and you try your best to do the best job you can. And some of us don't do any hell. And it's the same in politics. Some guys do a hell of a good job, and some guys, they do the best they can, but it's not up to snap. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
But we've been pretty lucky in this country, when you think about it. We've had some pretty good people that have given a lot of their lifetime. Mr. Diegel came along, and he said, "God, it's a cold job up there today." And I says, "Yes, no hang today." He says, "If you want an inside job for the winter, come and see me after work." Well, it's about probably $10 a week, well, maybe $40, $50 a month.
Yeah, how much an hour were you making at that time?
At that time? But that was right after the war, eh?
Yeah.
And
your time's tough.
don't forget, during the war, we were getting $18 a month.
Yeah. Wow, eh?
It's all relative, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. Everything's relative.
Yeah.
Well, you had a good run here, eh?
I can't complain a bit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't complain a bit. I've had a lot of good years. I'm not ready to quit yet.
You're not done yet. You're not done yet. You're having a good run. I should put it in the present tense.
Still get up every morning, and I'm here at 9 o'clock. Now, if I can do the last post for the Legion, I think I'm doing well.
Yeah, right on.
And I play at church on Sundays.
Mm-hmm. Which church do you go to?
Sally Ann.
Mm-hmm.
I play the hymns.
Why the Sally Ann?
Pardon?
Why the Sally Ann?
Well, I got involved with them during the war with the Navy. They were always pretty good with the military.
Mm-hmm.
They're a good group. They do a lot of good service work. They always help the down and outs too.
Mm-hmm.
How many break-ins have we had?
Four since January.
I mean, that's like a year, like way before, there was lots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always somebody trying to get something for nothing.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of getting those shutters like they do in the big cities? Or do they break in to the front or the back?
Normally run through the back. No, we've managed to survive them.
Yeah.
So, and we have an alarm system, which as soon as it goes off, the police know it. So when the alarm system goes off, they get out in a hurry.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, that scares the shit out of them because it's loud.
Some of the things about North Bay. What do you like about it most?
Well, for me, it's been a great place to live, great place to raise a family, good education system. Weather's not too bad. Climate's pretty good here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice variety.
Yep. Get all 4 seasons for
That's
sure.
right. You know, 4 seasons. Sometimes the winter's not what we really would like it to be. When it gets down to 40 below, it doesn't do much for you, but
Makes you appreciate summer.
it sure puts the ice on the lake, eh?
It sure does.
You can live in places that's worse.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, we're pretty lucky.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah, it's not all bad. I'd say it's about 60-40.
60-40 is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we can't complain. I hope I get an extra 10 years.
Yeah. It'd be nice to hit the 100 spot. Eh?
Well, I'll never hit 100, but I'll do my best. Stay away from the booze and the cigarettes. You'll be all right, eh?
Yeah. So you're never a big boozer?
Don't need that. And I never smoked. I get pretty hot, but never smoke.
That's good. I like that. I like that one a lot. What's it mean to you to be, joining the Walk of Fame, having a star on the sidewalk there?
Well, it's very humbling. You know, you go through life and you never even think about things like that. I mean, I haven't been perfect, you know. I mean, the odd sin here and there. We all make the odd mistake, but fortunately, I've been able to survive. And I had good parents. I had a good boss. Mr. Diegel was good to me. When I never expected I'd stay here for the rest of my life, but I've just taken life one day at a time. Try hard never to forget where you came from. Give your parents a lot of credit for putting up with you. You know, can you imagine when you first come into the world, but they have to change your diapers and spank your bottom every once in a while to make sure you go straight and keep you out of trouble when you get into high school and so you have to give thanks for a good set of parents, which I had. I was always able to get up every morning and had a breakfast sitting in front of me at the table. And some kids don't have that, you know. I was very fortunate. I had good parents. And then, of course, the Second World War came along and my time came to enlist, which I figured it was my duty to do, which I did. I survived. And then I was fortunate enough to marry a good woman. Had a couple of great kids. She passed on, and I found another lady right across the street, had a shop. And she lost her hubby. We threw our kit bags in together, and we're enjoying our later years, both of us. I've been the luckiest bastard.
Sounds like it. You've done well.
So I can't complain. Good. The Lord's been good to me. Yeah, no, I can't complain. And where do you think they shipped me?
Not to see.
To the head of the lakes, Thunder Bay.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I did my basic training, Port Arthur.
Yeah.
So I saw that part of the world. Basic training about 6 months, then I went to the coast. Then had a little time on a Corvette.
Which one?
Pardon?
Which one?
Le Pas.
Le Pas.
Yeah, named after Le Pas, Manitoba.
Mm-hmm.
As you get older, you'll find that out, that your memory is not as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
You remember people's, you recognize them.
Yeah.
But in your mind you say, well, anything after 70 is a plus.
That's what I'm going to figure.
70 is what they figure is a good lifespan. And if you go after that, God doesn't want you, and the devil's not ready for you.
I like that. That's a good one.
Do the best you can with what you've got. Some people have more than others, and some of us don't have a hell of a lot. And I'm in that category.
I think people would be good if they'd be satisfied and content with things a little bit more rather than
Never be satisfied. Always try to do better.
always try to be better. Yeah.
Yeah. No, always try to improve yourself, one way or another. Yeah.
Well, I agree with that for sure. But I think I see a lot of people thinking they're disappointed and they get themselves down because they don't have what they think they deserve or need.
Yeah.
They just sort of give up.
Always try to improve yourself. None of us are perfect, but you can always do better. And if you try to do a little better every day, you can't help but improve this old world. If you can do something for your fellow man to improve his lot, that's important too. That's been my philosophy. And you always have to remember where the other fella came from. You don't know what his lot in life has been. Most of us in Canada have been pretty fortunate. Some people haven't had it as well off as we have. So I try to keep that in the back of my mind. I think the Salvation Army has it pretty good. Do a lot for their fellow man. I've been fairly active in the Legion, which has kept me occupied. It's great being in business for yourself, but there's always the end of the month,
Yeah. When you got to take out of your pocket to pay someone else, you're gonna have to work harder next month.
That's right. It's a struggle, but it's more fun. Well, it's been interesting chatting with you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to writing up the story. For sure.
Well, just remember, half the lies you hear aren't true.
I like that. Here, let me just sit right there. I'm going to take a couple of pictures. Give me a look and a smile up here.